So the story today is an interesting urban myth which has been observed by scholars, journalists, common folk alike. There is an urban myth among the Chinese people that the Communist Party of China will 逢八必灾, 逢九必乱. Looking through history and time, a pattern started to show that whenever the year is ending with 9, the party leader will undergo some kind of crisis. In 1949, the historical civil war between President Mao Zedong and Kuomintang's President Chiang Kai-shek was ignited. In 1959, the Great Leap Forward movement, leading to 3 years of the Great Hunger in China. Do you know how many people perished? 39 million deaths due to starvation. Another 40 million others failed to be born. Therefore, it was estimated that China's total population lost during the Great Hunger comes up to 79 million. In March 1969, a small group of Chinese soldiers raided a Soviet border outpost on Zhendao Island, killing dozens and injuring scores. The incident brought Soviet and China to the brink of war, a conflict that might have led to the use of nuclear weapons. In 1979, the China-Vietnam War started, as China launched an offensive in response to Vietnam's invasion and occupation of Cambodia. The war lasted 3 weeks and 6 days. It ended with both sides claiming victory. 10 years later, in 1989, the Tiananmen Square incident. China has a different account of what happened. According to Wikipedia, about 100,000 students, intellectuals, and labor activists stormed the Tiananmen Square, protesting against the economic policies of Communist Party of China and wanted more democracy in the country. I was surprised to find out that actually they were Chinese people fighting for democracy and freedom just 30 years ago. Things are of course very different now today, as the Chinese people seemed more accepting of the Communist Party of China. And we know that the president of the day enjoys countrywide popularity. But who knows, things can change again in future. After all, this is what this video is about. Next, in 1999, persecution of Falun Gong topped the world headlines in that year. The man in charge was President Jiang Zemin, and you can Google easily what had happened, which was heartbreaking to read. It is a year of turmoil, and now Falun Gong is still active in countries where democracy and freedom of speech is upheld. 2009, the Chinese government was having a hard time with ethnic uprising in Xinjiang and Tibet, where reports of ethnic minority cleansing, police brutality, social unrest made headlines throughout the year. President Hu Jintao was in charge of China in 2009. Fast forward to December 2019, the outbreak of coronavirus in Wuhan. City after city in China were locked down. Social interaction were not only unacceptable, it can be criminal in some cities to just meet up for a game of mahjong. People panicked buying food, toilet paper, and you couldn't find a single face mask available in pharmacies ever since December 2019. However, during this time, the world has also witnessed the mega engineering power of China. This country took only 6 to 10 days to build a hospital from ground up. And China government has a dozen of such hospitals set up within an impossible short timeline. I do not think any other country in this world can do what China did. To fight this sudden and highly contagious disease outbreak, the month is now March 2020. Hopefully we can all survive this life-threatening challenge upon the entire human race. By now, you can probably see a pattern of this so-called urban myth of 逢九必乱 in China. Having the advantage of the internet, you can easily do searches and see that no matter which leader is at the top, all of them at regular intervals will experience a major challenge with their usual way of doing things. Many of these Chinese events has been going on forever, behind the scenes while other types of international news takes center stage. We can't help but question, Have you wondered if the corona outbreak is indeed the result of wildlife consumption? Wildlife consumption goes back at least a few thousand years old. Why now? Explaining this with Chinese metaphysics, the very ancient people before us, they had already observed that events happening in the entire world operates in cycles. Sunrise, sunset, the positions of the stars in the sky when the temperature is very cold or very hot. Some kind of planetary circadian rhythm, you might say. All these are perfectly aligned with the 5 elements cycles. Which elements are strong or weak, which elements are being supported or being destroyed. Like a revolving spotlight, the rise and fall of events follow a certain order, resulting in the saying that every man will have their turn. This order of events give rise to the popular Chinese Bazi system and 5 elements, in accordance to the timing of a person entering the world as a baby. So everything begins with our date of birth. This arrangement of Bazi elements from your birth charts enables the analysis to foretell someone's likely chain of events, their strengths, potential, obstacles, and importantly, the study of luck. Your unique 1 year and 10 years luck pillars can influence your decisions and affect the likely outcome of your health, career, romance, and others. Luck pillars are made up of the 5 elements. According to the conditions of your birth chart, some elements are unfavorable and some are favorable. Which is why, coming to every new year, your luck can get a major upgrade if the year elements are useful. The year elements preferably must be your useful god, is potent and sentimental. Many Feng Shui masters will attest to the fact that having good luck is far more superior than being born with a great birth chart. At least that seems to be true for career advancement purposes. Both the birth chart and luck pillars must be able to work hand in hand. The quality of your birth chart will determine your innate abilities, talents, growth environment in your formative years. Luck will determine if you have sufficient time and the opportunity to achieve your goals without too much external obstacles. The Chinese presidents mentioned earlier, many of them are descendants of politicians. Chinese influential politicians of the day had been exposed to politics the moment they are born. In their younger years, most of them already had to fight for their family honor, status, and at times, survival. Your unique Bazi birth chart contains important information about your brain chemistry, your personality, which largely affects your decision-making patterns. Life has its interesting twists and turns. Wise people know that life will always come in full circles. Subjected to their own birth chart, the Chinese politicians, like all humans, the time will come when their abilities to lead will be tested. Their deeds done in the past will be judged by the public. The historical timeline reveals for most Chinese politicians, their governance style will come full circle in years ending with 8 and mostly 9. Individual Bazi analysis of the Chinese politician's birthday can reveal more details as to the why, when, and how. Feng Shui masters who specialize in geography and earth qi also tend to check on all the house occupants' Bazi before giving their recommendations for a comprehensive Feng Shui audit of the house. Bazi analysis is a must-do, entry-level skill for serious Chinese metaphysicians. Bazi masters who choose to specialize in destiny reading will have to answer a common question for their clients. Can a certain destiny be changed? Destiny is quite an abstract concept. If 50 people are interviewed and asked what does destiny mean to them, we can get very variable and unexpected answers. Based on current observation, there are certain life events which can imply that someone's luck is at a transition point. We describe this transition as 转运时机. When you find yourself at luck transition point, it's often a sign that the timing and opportunity of brand new fortune and brand new future ahead is very near. The 6 life events are changing a new job, getting married or entering a new relationship, moving to a new house, new family member born into your family, meeting a nobleman who is someone of great blessings to you. Without obligations or fear of trouble, they freely introduce immediate and significant opportunities to help you solve your problems. Finally, migrating to a new country. Your feng shui is now totally different and offers an opportunity to spin the wheel of fortune. Currently, if you are undergoing one of the stages as above, we wish you our very best and hope that the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. Hope you like the content delivered today. If you like to see more related videos, please like and subscribe.